The American Civil War is regarded as one of the bloodiest conflicts in the U.S. history. The bloodshed gave birth to the brave new spirits that would be regarded as heroes throughout generations. But few know of Aubrey Drake Graham, the poet whose lyrical genius ended the Civil War.
Drake was a sentimental man that expressed his ideals through his poems. He wrote extensively about his time as second lieutenant, famously writing the hit poem, Lacking Guidance, after his time in basic training.
Drake's lyrical ability didn't go unnoticed, as soon he was promoted to first lieutenant of the Special Lyricist Platoon. As December rolled around, Drake came down with a case of typhoid fever, restraining him to his bed until mid-1863. Drake tried his best to get back on the front lines, but his requests were denied.
Drake stayed at his residence in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, completely alone. In his solitude, he wrote fire poems directed towards the Confederates. These included Started from the Bottom, God's Plan, and Within Thy Feelings.
By May 1863, Drake had released an album of poems named Comeback Season, which was filled to the brim with diss tracks against the Confederates. This enraged General Lee.
Not only did the diss tracks enrage the Confederacy, it crippled their economy. Drake's albums were selling at such a high rate in the North that it nearly tripled their economic input. The Confederates needed to take out Drake once and for all before his albums caused any more harm to their war effort. Confederate generals began drawing up plans for Operation 21 to do something against Drake. They conspired to finally spin the block and take out Drake for good.
On July 1st, 1863, Lee faced off against Drake in one of history's most infamous rap battles.
Yo, Drake don't write his raps, he's merely a comedian. And Drake the type of guy to be acting mad obedience. And don't be acting mad cause your dad left you at 5. Cause your mom ain't even yours, and you only talk to God.
Hey, Mr. Lee, your daddy left you too. With no money, no shoes, you look like a fool. And you keep talking about my raps. But how many battles you withdrew? And only talk to guys. You don't know what's the truth. Why don't you go and ask your wife where your baby is due?
You dare speak of my wife when your real name is Aubrey. Your rap game's so weak, yet your defeat will be costly. Your men lack respect, and you're too weak to accept that victory is mine. It's only a matter of time.
You speak of my name? My real name is Drake. Your wife's having my kids, and they coming with bangs. Your name is Lee? Sound like Bruce, and that beard of yours makes you look like a moose.
Lee, expecting a swift victory, was not prepared for Drake's comeback. He was left fumbling at the podium and eventually retreated with his men. As Lee wept in defeat, Drake's victory solidified himself as one of America's greatest heroes, the man who turned the tide and the man who won the Civil War.